Welcome to the Anna Darpan procurement demo. In this video, we will learn the next CMR master configuration, the depot cost factor at regional and divisions process. Once the CMRTC master is configured for the crop year, the next essential step is defining the depot cost factors. These cost factors determine the final transportation and handling charges applied at the depot level. In this section, we'll walk through how regional and divisional office staff configure depot cost policies, add depot-specific cost entries, and ensure accurate handling, transportation, and storage cost calculations within the CMR workflow. The regional office staff logs in and navigates to CMR Master, Depot Cost. This lets the region set a unified cost structure for all depots under them. These policies act as templates that depots refer to when creating their individual depot cost factors. Select crop year. The user selects a crop year from the drop-down. Each crop year has its own cost configuration. When we select a crop year, the system checks if an earlier policy exists. If yes, it loads the existing configuration so it can be reviewed or updated. The system displays mandatory and on-demand cost categories. CMR transportation cost, handling and transportation cost. These two cost components are mandatory because they are used everywhere in CMR cost computation. They cannot be removed, ensuring consistency across all depots. The user drags optional cost factors from on-demand to the mandatory slot, rake receipt cost, average rail freight, and others. If some optional factors are not relevant for the policy, they can be removed. But base factors like transportation and handling costs remain fixed to maintain consistency. Click Submit. Once submitted, the system saves the cost factor template for the crop year. Individual depots can now create their own depot-specific cost entries based on this template. Some depots may not yet have their cost factors configured. This section allows the division office to set them up. Log in as divisional office staff. Navigate to the CMR Master, Depot Cost, and Depot Cost Factors tab. This page shows all depots under the division and whether they have depot cost factors configured. If a depot has no configuration, the division can add it here. Click Add. Here, depot-specific values are entered. These values depend on the depot's infrastructure, rail connectivity, and local operational costs. Selecting the depot and validity period, this defines the period for which the depot cost factors apply. Depots typically update these annually or whenever there is a significant change in operational charges. Enter receipt issue costs. Receipt cost at depot, issue cost at depot. These costs represent the expenses incurred when goods are received into the depot and issued out. They form the base of the handling and transportation calculations. Enter transport handling costs. Transport cost to railhead, handling cost at railhead, supervision charges. Notice the formula for H&T cost derived. The system automatically calculates the handling transportation cost using the values you enter. It ensures accuracy and avoids manual calculation errors. Storage freight costs. These fields capture additional operational costs such as warehouse storage, AUB charges, and average freight elements. Optional fields allow flexibility for state-specific or depot-specific expenses. Rake receipt cost if applicable. Enable the Rake receipt cost checkbox to view the cost. You can update the cost for the rake release variables displayed if required. When depots receive goods via rail, additional costs apply. The system calculates the total receipt cost automatically once the individual components are entered. Click Update. With this, depot-specific cost factors are successfully configured. These values are now used automatically when calculating the CMR transportation charges for this depot. You have now completed the configuration of depot cost factors, both at the regional policy level and at the individual depot level. Thank you.